Hey there, we are here doing our third episode of I Will Survive, as short as a quick chat on the virtual couch, our mini version of our talk show that is now in its sixth season. But we're doing this as we are in lockdown. Let's call it, lockdown sounds too prisony, but in a little bit of social physical distancing, not social distancing. I've been against that one. But we're having some very good times. Your host Antoine here, and I just got back from a long walk with from the park with my co-host Cowboy Hall. Don't ask. Long story. um, but the one thing that is making it easier with this physical distancing, I have been walking so much with Cowboy. I love my long walks, listening to my favorite tunes. I live in Pickering in Durham region, so I'm lucky that it is incredibly quiet around here, and I'm able to enjoy walks in the parks while keeping a really good distance from other folks. So, time to chat with a new artist. This time, a DJ and music producer who I actually will be working with to produce my first Arabic cover album. I will tell you all about that some other time, but now let's say hello to DJ Pluto. Let's bring him on. Give me a second. Hello, DJ Pluto.
Hello, Antoine.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good today. Doing good. Welcome. Nice to have you with me virtually. Um,
Cheers.
let's start with getting to know you a little bit. Tell me in a few sentences as much about you as you can fill me in a few sentences, or our audience, not me. I know a bit about you, so tell our audience about you.
Well, as you said, I'm DJ Pluto. My real name's Andrew. I grew up here in Scarborough, Ontario, so born and raised Toronto native. Uh, I have a long history of background in music. I started singing by the age of 6.
Wow.
I was brought up with a lot of musical people in my family. My uncles, my mom, my dad has great taste in music. My brother has great taste in music. So everything they played when I was growing up inspired me to do what I do. I went to school about 3 years ago to take my courses in music production, and I've been DJing for about 15 years now, and here I am.
So you get a lot of support from your family doing this.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful. Well, tell me something about the last thing you've worked on, or something you are currently working on. What do you want to share with us about some projects you're doing?
Well, I just finished my the lovely and delicious house anthem of Groove is in the Heart by Delight, which is out now on SoundCloud.
Nice.
And yes, and I'm receiving some new remixes of my own song Through the Darkness that I'm promoting as my debut single. And that should be out in about a month or so.
You are working on an album, aren't you?
I am. It's going to be delayed, of course, with the current COVID-19 outbreak, but I have 4 songs recorded for it, and Through the Darkness is the debut single. And hopefully I should have it out by the end of the year. We'll see how everything goes with the current
Is that the name of the album, or is it a different name?
Through the Darkness is also the name of the album, yes. It's about, it touches on, specifically the song touches on my struggle with depression and anxiety, and how hard it is, especially to deal with at this time of year, during winter, transitioning into spring. The line in my song, Mother Nature Can Be Such a Bitch, directly reflects that, because a lot of people who go through depression feel depression particularly at this time of year, because you know, the days are shorter, the sun doesn't rise as high in the sky. So it's all about breaking through that and beating my depression, and the album tells the story of that.
Beautiful. Isn't it wonderful to create art while also having a message in it?
Yes, absolutely. I don't think there's a point in creating a song or creating art if you don't have a personal message behind it. You know what I mean?
Even if the message is joy, it's still a message.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It can be any sort of message. It can be a joyful message. It can be a struggling message. Just, I always write songs and produce my songs based on personal experiences, and I think that's what makes the songs better.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the best songs came out of a broken heart or something that happened in the artist's personal life.
All of the above.
So, well, tell me something interesting. I guess we touched a little bit about music, but tell me something interesting to you about what you do, about doing music.
That even though it's rewarding in the end, it's very, very tedious work.
Okay.
It takes a lot longer than a lot of people would think it would. I mean, I'd say I've spent about half an hour on, say, just a simple kick drum alone, just getting it to sound just right.
Wow.
And it's, and that's just a kick drum. So when you're producing a track, you know, you've got your hi-hats, you've got your bass, you've got your snare drums and everything. And it takes about the same amount of time on each track. So when you're producing the track, you know, during the work process, it can be like really frustrating, but when you hear it in the end, it's always worth it. It's always worth it, and I'm very proud of the work that I've done.
Beautiful. Tell me your thoughts about music. Music is very powerful and very universal and transcends a lot of races and languages and backgrounds and what have you. Why do you feel that? Why is music so powerful?
You know what? I think for almost the exact reason that you just mentioned, it transcends many different genres, many different races, many different backgrounds and cultures. No matter where you come from, no matter who you are, music is so important to all of our lives, and it helps cheer us up. It helps make us feel that there's hope left in this world. And during all the difficult times that people experience, anytime somebody can just put on that one powerful song and it'll boost their mood to 100. Everybody has that one song.
Let me take this personal. You are producing my Arabic cover album, and you don't understand a word of what you're producing for me. But you still get it, right?
I do. And I'm surprised that I do. I was a little nervous going into the project with you because this was something I had never done before.
Okay.
But I'm always up for that kind of challenge. Those challenges are what keeps me going and what keeps me regular, makes me feel like if I can produce a song in Arabic, I can do just about anything now. So
I was kind of wondered. To me, I know I know the words. I know what I'm singing. What you're listening is me going blah 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 blah. But do you feel that that's distracting, or it's the rhythm or the music that you go by?
No, I don't think it's distracting at all. I'm very taken in when I hear you sing. I may not know exactly what you're singing about, but I feel what you're singing because I think you have a wonderful voice.
That's the key word. It's a feeling.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. If you can get people to feel what you're singing without getting them to actually understand what you're singing, that's the mark of a good singer and the mark of a good artist. And I'm very proud to be working with you on this project.
Oh, thank you. But I actually think that we just answered a very, very good question about music. It's we engage with many different musics from around the world because of the feeling, not because of the words itself.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool. Tell me something about this is a big, broad philosophical question. Tell me something insightful about life from DJ Pluto's opinion.
um, you know what? There's a story that I like to tell that basically conveys it's not always as bad as it seems. And
Okay.
this sort of revelation, if you will, came from a recent trip that I took to Mexico. Not so recent. I took it in about January of 2018. I noticed a very, very big difference. And people here in Toronto, I mean, compared to where I went to in Mexico, which was a state called Chiapas,
Okay.
we have everything. We have a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for?
We're spoiled.
Yeah, we're spoiled pretty much. I mean, we have our snares here and there, and we have some issues to work out, but pretty much we're really well off.
Yeah.
And at the same time, a lot of us are just really miserable. You know, we like to complain about a lot of things, and we like to, like the little thing, like get the little things get us down. And at the same time, the people of Chiapas in Mexico
Have nothing.
They literally have nothing.
Yeah. And they still are very joyful. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They are very, very happy, optimistic people. And it was really inspiring to see when I was there. And it just made me change my whole outlook on life and think that
I'm very proud of you noticing that. I traveled a lot, and I was born in Kuwait, and I've traveled a lot of the Arabic countries, and I lived here for 32 years. And I think it takes traveling for somebody to clue on this. We live in a very rich culture here. We have a lot of freedoms. We have everything at our fingertip. We're now upset about little inconveniences, but we don't realize that some people live with those inconveniences every day of their life.
Exactly.
And they still make the most out of it, and they're probably happier than us. So sometimes you wonder if all this richness actually robs you from appreciating the simpler things in life.
Absolutely, it does. And when I went to Chiapas, it wasn't like I went to a big fancy hotel and paid for a resort experience. I went as a backpacker. I was a hermit pretty much. I stayed in rundown hostels and hotels, and I stayed with a friend who literally lived in like the booth of a parking garage.
Wow.
Yeah. And, you know, to shower in this place, you would have to take a heating device and put it into a bucket of cold water to heat the water up.
Wow.
Yeah. And they just
I honestly, sometimes I wonder if the simple life I like simpler things in life. So to me, actually, that sounds adventurous and joyful and all that. Okay, I gotta move on to the next one. How are you spending your time during physical distancing?
Well, I like to keep people entertained with my DJ sets, which I do down here in my basement. Okay. Just to my left here is my DJ setup with my laptop, and people have been taken to that really well. I like to keep people entertained with music, and let them know they're not alone. And I'm spending a lot of time producing music and working on music, writing new lyrics. More so than ever before, now that I'm pretty much stuck inside all the time. So I'm making good use of my time and productive use of my time.
As long as you're staying safe, that's all that matters right now. So lastly, I've been asking all our guests to give me their best try at singing "I Will Survive." So go ahead. You're a singer, so you're gonna do this.
I'm a singer, so it shouldn't be a problem. Oh, no, not I will survive.
Oh, nice.
As long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give. I will survive. I will survive.
Yeah.
Hey.
Go, Andrew. Go, DJ Pluto. Andrew. Okay. Uh, you have been a pleasure. Thanks for giving us your time and being
Thank you
here
so much, Antoine.
and, and chatting with me. I was going to say goodbye to everyone. Everyone. This was fun, right?
Absolutely.
Lovely guy. I'm glad you got to meet him, and you're gonna get to hear some of his work working with me. But also check out his album when it's out. It's going to be spectacular. I've been listening to some of his stuff that he keeps sharing with me, and I'm always a fan of his remixes of some really awesome songs. So I'm expecting some very good things from that album. Hope you enjoyed this break. Lots more to come. I have a lot of cool people still to talk to. Until we get back to filming the regular show, you can keep watching our past full episodes on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. I have to do all of this every time. Like us on Facebook and share with everyone all the episodes that you love. And we will be back soon at Buddies in Bad Times Theater, filming in person with our guests and our live audience. So I can't wait for that. Take care of you and of your loved ones and of strangers because we're in this together. I love you. I'm sure Andrew loves you too, DJ
I
Pluto.
love you all.
All right, let's say goodbye and we will see you soon.